The time has come and passed for the September 4th, 2018 regular council meeting. Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Present.
Alderman Seager.
Present.
Alderman Moisio.
Present.
Alderman Villalobos.
Present.
Alderman Newsome. Present. Alderman Tempest.
Present.
Alderman May.
Present.
Alderman Valco.
Present.
Alderman Taylor.
Present.
Mayor Cunningham.
All right. We're going to come to lead us in invocation by Reverend Celestine Guzman, pastor of New Hope Church, Apostolic Assembly, and immediately following that, we're going to ask Mr. Rivera Felix to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. All stand, please.
Good evening. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, who art is in heaven, Father of all races and nations, hallowed be your name, the name given to all people for salvation and forgiveness of our sins. May each one of our lives be submitted to you, that your will might be done here on earth and is in heaven. Thank you for giving us our daily bread. Might be blessed. Forgive our transgressions and injustice, that we might learn to forgive those who offend and oppress us. Lead us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. Father, thank you for your love, grace, and blessings that are new every day. Thank you for allowing us to serve you well by serving our community. Let us not forget that it's a privilege, not a right. Father God, today I lift our nation in prayer, our President Donald Trump and his administration, our Governor Bruce Browner and his administration, our Mayor Sam Cunningham and his administration. Might be invested with your love and grace to govern your people, your children, and your creation. We may come from different political parties, different backgrounds, and speaking different languages, but out of many things that make us different, one thing we share and is we are all your creation and speak universal language of love. Let your love and grace govern our schools instead of hatred and violence. Let your love, grace be manifest in our homes and our streets. Father, guide our city council with love, grace, wisdom, and unity. For yours are the kingdom, the power, and the glory. I pray in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Felix, will you jump to the front and lead us in the pledge, please? Thank you.
Good evening. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you, Felix. Mayor's comments. As welcome and thank you all for being here tonight. Please join us for the 9/11 Remembrance Ceremony on Tuesday, September 11th at 9 a.m. at Fireman's Park, which is located at 2115 Dover Road. Additionally, the Waukegan Exchange Club has a ceremony on September 11th at 5:30 p.m. at Hague Pavilion Park at the corner of Grand and Sheridan. A huge thank you go out to Waukegan Currency Exchanges for donating a number of boxes of school supplies. They have donated school supplies not only this year, but now also last year, and this is just a tremendous act of generosity, so we want to thank the owners of those establishments. As part of our capital improvement plan, there are a number of road work and infrastructure projects going on currently. We appreciate everyone's patience and safe driving around these construction zones. But if you have any questions regarding some of the construction works, feel free to reach out to our Public Works Department during the working hours at 847-360-0944. As many probably have heard, last week we received a complaint in our Code Enforcement Division related to the conditions at Crossland Hotel located at 1177 North Point. We have completed preliminary inspection, which led to a more complete inspection by our other departments last Friday. The city issued a stop work order for lack of permit, and there are other issues that will be outlined once our reports are finalized. Those final reports will be made available via FOIA if anyone is interested. Upcoming events, September 15th through October 15th is National Hispanic Heritage Month. Waukegan has a number of upcoming celebrations. Please check our website for more details. The Northern Illinois Air Show is this Saturday, September 8th at the Waukegan Airport. The gates open at 9:30 a.m. and the air show begins at noon. Tickets are $15 and kids under 12, active military, and veterans are free. For more details, please feel free to go to website www.northernillinoisairshow.com. Waukegan Main Street's annual Wine and Art Stroll is Saturday, September 8th at 5 p.m. This event allows the community to get to know the business owners in the downtown district while enjoying specials, live music featuring the band 7501 and Sipos and Young and more. Tickets are available online and on-site. Three Brothers Theater is staging 2 shows this month at their spaces downtown. Greentown Tales, which is a one-act play written by our very own Mr. Ray Bradbury, and Love and Information, written by Carol Churchill. Tickets are available online and at their box office. The Genesee Theater starts their busy fall and winter seasons with 4 comedy shows this month. The shows include Tracy Morgan, Paul Rodriguez, my lookalike Mr. Wayne Brady, and a duo of Colin Myrick and Brad Sherwood. Tickets are available at box office and online. The Waukegan Park District is hosting Chief, you're doing a 5K run. The George Bridges 5K Run Walk and the Worldwide Day of Play at the Field House on Saturday, September 15th. Sign up for the Run Walk online or at Park District facility. Community arts project called Health is Life Salavida officially kicks off with the opening reception on the Margaret Quilt Project on Saturday, September 15th at 5 p.m. at the Urban Edge. Art Walk Blues Night will also be Saturday, September 15th at Stearns Plaza, 37 South Genesee Street. Entertainment will include Lauren and Lazy Dogs, Delta Blues man Charles Hayes, and Chicago Blues legend Willie Buck. More information, check the city's website at waukeganil.gov or hashtag Explore Waukegan for more events and activities. The Waukegan Police Department is now accepting applications through Friday, October 19th. And again, accepting applications now through October 19th, 2018. If you know of any young man or young lady who are interested in becoming a Waukegan police officer, please feel free to make sure they get an application in at the clerk's office. Correct, Chief?
Correct, sir.
All right, at the clerk's office. Did you want to say anything to that, Chief? Anything to add to that?
I just encourage people to come out and take the test. We're testing and hiring.
Testing and hiring. All right. Those are the mayor's comments for the evening. Item number 2, minutes. Motion by Alderman Bolden, second by Alderman Seeger, to approve the regular meeting minutes from August 20th, 2018. Are there any questions to the motion? All in favor? Aye. Motion's passed and carried. Madam Clerk, audience time.
Thank you. Okay. All right, you have 3 minutes. And the first one, they may or may not be here, is Jay Giovanni. I believe he was at the earlier one.
Correct.
All right. Jamie Maselli, please.
Hello, Jamie Maselli, 520 Colville Place. Mr. Mayor and City Council members, my name is Jamie Maselli, and I am here on behalf of the North Genesee International Merchant Block and as an owner of a Cuban Experience. The North Genesee International Merchant Block consists of the businesses on the 100 block of North Genesee Street. I am here this evening to address some concerns in regards to the Waukegan Fest that took place August 24th through 26th. While communications leading up to and throughout this event were a major issue, especially when it came to actual street closures, we'd like to focus on a few other critical components. This event had a significant fiscal impact upon our block. Soto's Furniture was down 95%, La Casa de Samuel 90%, and Horse Feathers down 29%. A Cuban Experience was, for the most part, within our sales parameters, with the exception of Sunday, where they were up 75% during normal business hours. It should also be noted that they stayed open an additional 5 hours to be consistent with this event. Emmy uniforms and April tax service were significantly impacted with decreased walk-in business, which they heavily rely upon. Three Brothers Theater did have to push back the opening of their newest production, and Jazz Wave went on schedule with their 16 musicians, but with a 50% decrease in attendance. These numbers are strictly sales-based and do not include the overhead and employee salary loss due to businesses having to bulk up their sales staff based on the numbers of attendees that were told by event organizers. Non-customers, meaning the event attendees, were very minimal. Horse Feathers, for instance, had one person come in from the event with a sale of $13.03. It will take time to tell if any of these sales or customers will result in repeat businesses or purchases. Not all of our businesses utilize social media or have ways of communicating with their customer base. Those businesses that did their best to notify their customers of street closures and the impact it would have on their ability to visit our businesses. We were told that parking lots and event entrances would be well marked, and that simply wasn't the case. Visitors complained of the distance to and the difficulty in finding event entrances. The area that was closed off from Wednesday evening through Monday a.m. also includes people's places of residence. I personally spoke with one resident on our block who is still incredibly frustrated. This gentleman happens to be a disabled veteran and was unable to leave his home all weekend long. He uses a cane and requires a cab to pick him up at his front door as he is unable to walk any further. This is a very serious issue and it needs to be looked into further. Our block of businesses is family owned and operated. Many people working 14, 16 hours a day, 6 to 7 days a week to not only support our families, but to accommodate our customers and to add to the vitality of our downtown. The North Genesee International Merchant Block is working very hard to change the trajectory of our block, and the lack of respect that was shown to us makes us feel incredibly devalued.
Thank you, Jamie. Jim Dominion. Damiano?
Damiano, very good. It's all the vowels. Hello, leaders of Waukegan. I'm Jim Damiano. I represent Horse Feathers. You're probably familiar with Jennifer Baglienti, the owner. She sends her regrets. She's still taking care of customers over there. I handle a lot of the back office administrative and legal aspects of Horse Feathers. Between the two of us, believe it or not, we have 60 years of business experience. And we know what works and what doesn't work when running a business. During the Waukegan Music Festival, Horse Feathers revenues and customers, as Jamie just said, were both down by 29% versus same days last August, resulting in a financial loss of thousands of dollars. We logged 36 phone calls, emails, social media posts from people who had trouble getting to us or who just didn't bother. And standard industry says for every dissatisfied customer, there's 10 more out there who are hearing about it. That converts to 100 people who may not come back into the store because they were unhappy and couldn't get to us. The city of Waukegan made a decision that impacted the businesses in downtown Waukegan without including the businesses in that process. Any action that has such a negative impact on businesses should not be repeated. Greg Moisio said just last week, anything that we have like the Carnival and Taco Fest, we should push down to the lakefront where it's not bothering anybody. And that's great, because that's what should happen to this in the future. We absolutely support the city's perspective, help, and assistance in improving the downtown Waukegan area, and we are open, and everyone else there is open to being part of that discussion. We want to work together, but we vehemently oppose having any music festivals that shut down your business district and negatively impact the businesses and the people who live and work in that area. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Aquanda Brown?
Hello, everyone. I missed the earlier meeting at 5:10, and I received word that the motion was denied, the application for a license was denied. After that,
Sorry, we can't hear you, miss.
You can move. There you go.
I missed the meeting earlier at 5:10, and I received word that the application for the liquor license was denied based on incorrect information in the local code. Section 321 says that a liquor license should not be given to a store within 100 feet, not 400 feet. Under the application process, under 3.5 B16, it says that the applicant should provide an application, a written statement, saying whether or not that the liquor license would not interfere with local code, schools, churches, or whatnot. So I'm requesting that the committee re-review my application and not deny my application based on the 400 feet, because that is incorrect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tom LeBaron?
Tom LeBaron, 1007 Willow Avenue. I'd like to address also the music festival the other week. I have two businesses downtown Waukegan, 17 North Bar and Grill and Tactical Bar and Grill. Personally, I think these events are a good idea, and I'd like to see more of them downtown. My comment was the execution of this particular event. Trying to get information from the city and the promoters in the weeks leading up to the event was impossible. The first conversation I had with any of the organizers of the event was at our Downtown Business Owners Association meeting the Thursday before the event, one day before the event started, and they already had parts of the streets closed down. I mean, these events are a good idea. They can, bring people downtown. It can be an image enhancement for downtown. Personally, I sell food and beverages, so I made out. I did better than I normally would do. But that being said, Wednesday, Thursday, and half day Friday, my business was almost zero because people couldn't get to my establishment. Again, done right, these things can be good for downtown. There's people that, businesses that were hurt during the event, they also get people at other times that maybe didn't realize some of these stores were downtown Waukegan. But it just, the planning was horrible. I think maybe contact us a couple of months before the event, let us know what's going on and get our input. But to block off the streets, and I'm not going to echo what everybody else has already said, we already know the issues that are out there. We just need better planning and more cooperation with the business owners. But all in all, I think it's a good idea.
Thank you. John Gaskill?
and gentlemen. My name is John Gaskill. I'm the Assistant Director of the Waukegan Public Library. And per past protocol, we're going to try and make a presence at these meetings and make sure that you guys know what we're doing in the library in your community. And so last time I gave you some numbers, for example, 2,271 total programs and 947 kids programs at the library. We just opened a young adult space called The Corner at the library to accommodate the young people, because there's a place, when I was a kid, we used to go hang out at the beach, etc., and it wasn't necessarily, we were not well considered if you did that. But if you go to the library, you got to be a good kid, right? Well, we're open to all people of ages 0 to 999 years, if you can live that long. We want to have as many people at the library as possible. For example, the library is offering Hispanic Heritage Month activities starting on September 16th. We're involved with the Art Walk on the 15th, and the Migrant Quilt Project. We'll be working with the folks at the art group to help promote and inform. So we have the Hispanic Heritage Movie Series on Sundays in September 16th to October 14th. We have mariachi music. We just recently wrapped up our summer concert series with Loreen and the Lazy Dogs. They were quite good, and it was a nice day to have a concert at the library. So as I say the word library, what comes to mind, folks? Books. Thank you very much, audience participation. Books. We are all about books, but we also are all about activities and programs that help serve our community. So that's why we're here. We're here to be an active participant in our community and listen to what the community needs. So please come visit us at the library, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't have a library card, I also might urge you, ladies and gentlemen, especially older people, to get a library card. Mr. Mayor, we're still waiting for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Charles Rush.
Two small points. I'd like to see have it put down a decision-making process for the large parade. It seems like it cropped up on a very short schedule. I don't know who all was involved in getting around to it. Also, I'd like to know if public funds are expended for the mayor's Blues Fest down in the lakefront. I see it's advertised along the roads here in Waukegan that he belongs to it. I don't know if he put any money into it himself. They shouldn't use public funds to advertise for mayor's events or any of the events held in town. Thank you.
Thank you. Clyde McLemore.
Good evening. I am here on two issues, so therefore I'm going to try to get both of these issues within 3 minutes. Crossland Hotel, 1177 North Point Boulevard, was not shut down after the inspection. This was not a surprise inspection as stated in the newspaper by Mr. Motley. I do want to say that I want to give a big thumbs up to Mike Pereira, building commissioner, who immediately jumped into action as soon as I came to him with the pictures of what was going on over there. But when the city found out the work was going on the property without a permit, a stop order was in place. But code enforcers let the hotel know that they was coming back Friday, August 31st for inspection. This gave the hotel time to put a Band-Aid on it and try to clean up the rooms. But on Saturday, September the 1st, structural damage came down. Luckily, nobody got hurt. This hotel has been an eyesore for the city. Drugs, prostitution, and all kind of illegal activities going on. I asked the city to shut it down. Issue number 2. Bob Sabanja, Mayor Motley, Mayor Cunningham, all three administrations all voted to waive 30% for these contracts. I'm asking that the council waive the 30%, get rid of that 30% ordinance, and vote it down to like 20 or 25, and ask Peter Baker to donate to the union to an apprenticeship program for Waukegan residents. Peter Baker has been given multiple contracts for years. He owns the yard, so if another company outbid him, they have to buy their supplies from Peter Baker. we all remember the game called Monopoly, where Peter Baker got a monopoly on Lake County asphalt. I challenge any of you to go back and look at all the millions of dollars of contract Peter Baker has been awarded. So even if they was the federal, they got the 30%. But if they can't hire, what they ask them to do is give 30% of that contract to the community, where they can use the notes for training. So I'm asking y'all to look at this, get rid of that 30%. It don't work. I mean, in every administration, it has not worked. So, you know, I'm asking you to get rid of it, go to 20%, and see if you get these other contractors to give up 10% to give to the community. These people need jobs. Our residents here in Waukegan need jobs and they need training. Thank you.
Thank you. Margaret Carrasco?
Good evening. For those who were not able to attend the recent events at Steiner Pavilion, first we had the horse show, the beauty pageant, the boxing match this Friday, yoga every Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. You don't know what you've been missing. They've been awesome. And I encourage people to go down there to attend those events. Today, our contestants in Waukegan's beauty pageant were selected and to appear and also speak to do a TV commercial for the Newsome Corporation, both in English and in Spanish. I just came from, raised over there. And Waukegan girls, not Louisville, not Lake Forest, Waukegan, which I think is just awesome. I brought today some pictures from our Fiestas Patrias beauty pageant. You recall the girls were here recently. And the intention for sharing these pictures is that I think that this is the key to overcome some of the issues that other events have been having. If you notice the dress code, at our events, if you do not come dressed to a T, decent, you don't get in. And I think that a lot of the problems some of these other events or businesses have been having, if they would apply that same dress code, you wouldn't have the problems. Because when you let garbage in, you get garbage out. Thank you.
Thank you, Margaret. Malcolm Burries?
Good evening, Council. How y'all doing? My name is Malcolm Burries, a Waukegan resident. On here on behalf of BAM, I am the Special Events Coordinator. This upcoming 30th of September at 2 to 5, we have an open house at 801 McAllister Street on the south side of Waukegan. If y'all available, please come out. We need y'all support. Thank you.
Brother Bain? Blanks?
Yeah, Brother Blanks, founding president of Black Abolition Movement for the Mind. We have about 20 book bags with supplies in them for students, for those who may not have gotten a chance to get some book bags as a courtesy of the AME Church on the south side under Pastor Cummings. This past Sunday, they proclaimed that as Social Justice Sunday and committed to getting more socially involved in community issues, and they donated BAM 20 bags to give out to the kids based on our efforts and what we've been doing in the area of social justice. Now, speaking of social justice, I heard mention of Taco Fest, and I heard the unanimous vote to move it down to the lakefront. And you know, personally, I have to look at it, and I'm sure maybe you all didn't, as an infringement on culture. And it was kind of hypocritical to say that you're not looking at having any more carnivals, then turn around a week later and have one of the biggest carnivals in the city. Now, you call it a music festival. When you put a Ferris wheel up, however you want to label it, it still has a carnival feature to it. Now, the issue I have with that is because Mr. Seeger, Alderman Seeger, I noticed you said that you're asking for trouble or something may happen. Something could happen anywhere, but I don't recall at any given point, anywhere at that particular location, anybody being shot, killed, or hurt. I haven't heard any of the community members come down here to complain about it. It looked like this is something that they have to drum up support for their businesses there in the mall. And so what I'm saying is for you to say that you're going to put it down on the lakefront and you're saying something may happen. I didn't hear you give any rational reasons of moving it from there. Because when you say something may happen, something can happen anywhere. Like let's say for instance, the young person that got shot down at the school. Now, I didn't hear anybody say the following Sunday you're going to take and put the scoop down on the lakefront. So I think when you say that you're going to do that, and then you're going to move them down to the lakefront, and so on and so forth, and nothing has never happened that I'm aware of. You say something about the traffic, but I just didn't really see a legitimate reason to impose on their culture or their taco fest without any rational reason. I never heard anybody come down here to complain about the taco fest, but to say that because of traffic and something may happen, it's like something may happen at the scoop, which it did, but you're not talking about moving the scoop from there and putting it down on the lakefront, nor did you say you were going to do it the following day on Sunday after that incident happened on Saturday. So, I mean, if you're going to do things like that, let's be fair, let's be equitable, let's not be hypocritical and say you're not going to have any more carnivals and turn around the very next week and have the biggest carnival or music fest in the city. And you had, when that shooting happened when that shooting happened, you had police and fire there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Ralph Peterson.
Yes, Mayor Cunningham, my position on this Crossland situation is much different than Clyde's and the Newsome. Why are you acting, I ask you, Mayor, as though you just learned about this matter? The police have been called to the hotel on many occasions since you've taken seat. Now, we need to FOIA these police reports, but my thought is I doubt if they even exist, because many of the residents believe that hand-picked members of the police force are in on this scandal under your direct orders. And what is this lie about a surprise raid on Friday when you know darn well that they knew you were coming? And I'd also like to say that, and the reason why I know they knew you were coming, because not all of the employees are fond of you. They do not like corruption. Okay, now, you haven't done anything about this, but probably because you're getting kickbacks. That is my opinion. You told us that you were the new pimp of the city, and I truly see that you mean it. And you have the nerve to parade these kids up here for political photo ops while you sit back and watch these young black girls be subjects to drugs and prostitution and other dangers at the hotel. What if these were your daughters? How would you feel about a crooked black mayor who's so busy stealing money, searching for kickbacks, and taking advantage of people that he doesn't care who he hurts? The city made a big mistake, and I firmly know this, electing you, and the residents now see it. In fact, the law even sees it at this point. Mayor, I tell you, the walls are coming in on you, Mayor. Robert Evans, I repeat, Robert Evans went to jail for you last time, but as karma will have it this time, I think you will be doing your own time this go round. Yes, I said go to jail. Even those around you know that you are finished. They're circling your carcass. Why do you think Edith Newsome is quietly campaigning for mayor? Why do you think her running mate, Mark Jones, announced he's running for alderman? Edith, nothing personal, but you are not the person this city needs either as mayor. I don't know one significant thing.
Excuse me, sir. Mr. Peterson, talking to me and addressing me with whatever you want is fine, but to the legislative body, we ask that you have some decorum to not to use their names. If you want to attack me, that's fine, sir. You're welcome to do that. That's part of the job, I understand. But the legislative body and part of our not part, but our
You stop the
department
clock?
heads. It was, the clock is stopped.
Okay.
I just want to get this out. The legislative body and our department heads, we ask that you use the quorum and please not use their name when you're saying some things of going to jail and not this. Make your statement, but if you want to do that to me, you're fine.
I never said anything about
I'm
reference to
just,
going to jail, nor anything negative.
sir,
I said she's
I'm
running
just,
for mayor.
I'm just saying, sir. I'm just saying, sir.
Okay.
To me, it's fine. I get it. I'm the mayor. I take the punch. I take it for the
Come on,
team.
hurry up now.
All right? But when you're talking about the legislative body and our department heads, I ask that you use some decorum. Thank you, sir. The clock is start back now. Thank you, sir.
As I said, Edith Newsome, I do not know of one significant thing that you've done for the city, for women, and certainly not for African Americans. It's time out for all of you so-called elite black political families who do nothing but pat in your pockets and the heads of your own families.
Thank you, Mr. Peterson. That's it for your time. Thank you.
You're ruining the reputation
Thank you,
of
Mr.
black
Peterson.
leadership.
Mr. Peterson, thank you. Thank you. Mayor, that concludes the audience time.
All right. Resolutions, proclamations, and appointments. Proclamation for Ms. Bernadette Stannis. Madam Clerk, we have that?
I do. Bernadette Stannis Day, September 7th, 2018. Whereas Bernadette Stannis played the role of Thelma Ann Evans on the groundbreaking CBS sitcom Good Times from February 1974 to August 1979. And whereas Bernadette Stannis continued her acting career and has appeared in multiple television and film productions. And whereas Bernadette Stannis is also a published author and motivational speaker. And whereas Bernadette Stannis is this year's guest speaker at the Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated and Blue Crescent Outreach Educational Foundation's 5th Annual Blue and White Scholarship Ball on September 8th, 2018. And whereas Bernadette Stannis will help foster the national and local initiatives of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated to develop and implement mentoring programs for teaching young men training skills, investment, money management skills, business development training, and community service, as well as to help provide merit scholarships for college-bound young men from Lake County, Illinois. And whereas the city of Waukegan celebrates this commitment by Bernadette Stannis, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, and the Blue Crescent Outreach Educational Foundation in making a positive impact on the lives of our youth. Now, therefore be it resolved that Mayor Cunningham and members of the City Council of Waukegan, Illinois, do hereby proclaim Friday, September 7th, 2018, to be Bernadette Stannis Day, adopted this 4th day of September 2018.
All right. We have a motion by Alderman Bolton and second by Alderman Moisio. And I say that because I know they know good times, both of them. Any questions to the motion? All those in favor? Aye. Motion's passed and carried. We will deliver this to the Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated for their night. I think I'm not going to be in town, but we'll make sure they get it. All right. Any other questions about this one? All right. Item B. Motion by Alderman Villalobos, second by Alderman May, to approve Resolution 18R-118, resolution honoring the Latin Pentecostal Church, Church of God. Madam Clerk, please read the motion, and we'll get the vote on the floor afterwards.
Resolution 18R-118, Latin Pentecostal Church of God. Whereas Latin Pentecostal Church of God in Waukegan, Illinois, was founded in the year 1953 with the vision of families with an enthusiastic gospel who immigrated from the island of Puerto Rico. And whereas Latin Pentecostal Church of God began with 3 families, Vanilla, Alderman, and Diaz, and they first met at the Vanilla family home. The first pastor was Martin Alderman in 1954, And whereas Latin Pentecostal Church of God was growing fast, they left their homes and established a church by renting a place on Genesee and Water Streets under the guidance of Pastor Reverend Antanasio Lopez in 1957. And whereas Latin Pentecostal Church of God purchased their first location, the building 403 Oak Street in 1959, and later moved to 708 8th Street, where they stayed for more than 20 years, until October 12, 1991, when they made 100 South Chapel Street their new home. And whereas Latin Pentecostal Church of God is committed to serve the Waukegan community through outreach services, the Waukegan Day of Hope Festival, and distribution of school supplies, backpacks, and sharing faith, love, and hope to the community of Waukegan. And now therefore be it resolved that Mayor Cunningham and members of the City Council of Waukegan, Illinois, do hereby honor Latin Pentecostal Church of God on their 65th anniversary for their distinguished service and dedication to the citizens of Waukegan. Be it further resolved that a suitably embossed copy of this resolution, signed by the mayor and city clerk, be presented to Latin Pentecostal Church of God at the City Council meeting on the 4th day of September, 2018.
All right, there's a motion on the floor. Any questions to the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
The motion is passed and carried. I think the pastor is here. You want to come up, Pastor, and say a couple of words, speak in the mic?
A nombre de la Iglesia Latin Pentecostal Church of God,
on behalf of Latin Pentecostal Church,
recibimos este reconocimiento
we are more than welcome to receive this recognition
con mucho respeto.
with respect.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
We have a new protocol because everyone is listening to us on Sunday. I need to start speaking into the mic because sometimes they cannot hear us. So anyone who comes up, please speak into the mic. So on behalf of the city of Waukegan, where you Pastor? What we're going to do, I'm going to speak here, then we're going to go right in front which says City of Waukegan to take a photo by Jay. But on behalf of the City of Waukegan, our entire City Council, and the citizens, we thank you for delivering a gospel message to all of not only your parishioners, but for those throughout the City of Waukegan. So thank you for 65 years of service to this community, and we look forward to another 65 years of service. You take care and God bless. Who do we have here with us? The Madam Clerk, give the names. Who do you have with you?
Mercedes Adela.
And Doris Taylor.
And Doris Taylor.
All right, you right here in the middle, Ms. Doris, right there, yes. All right, here is the resolution. And we're going to take a photo and say that's it. No one else? We're good. All right. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you, Pastor. Thank you for coming in. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Item 5, reports and communication. There being none. Special Public Works Committee.
We missed 4C.
Oh, I'm sorry. We did. That was a big one, too. All right, item C on resolutions, for resolutions. Motion by Alderman May, second by Alderman Valco, to approve resolution to support enforcement of environmental regulations related to the Foxconn upstream development to be located within the headwaters of Des Plaines rivers. Are there any questions to the motion or any comments? All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion's passed and carried. All right. Item 5, reports and communications. There being none. Item 6, Special Public Works Committee. Alderman Newsome.
Thank you, Your Honor. Item A, motion to authorize the proper city officials to enter into a contract with J.A. Johnson Paving of Arlington Heights, Illinois, for the 2018 parking lot B resurfacing contract for an amount not to exceed $73,421.78. Funds will be charged to line item 595-459-426492 and will be funded by the City of Waukegan 2018 GO bonds. And this parking area is across the street from the Waukegan Public Library. And I so move.
Okay, motion by Alderman Newsome, second by Alderman Seager. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio. Aye. Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May. Aye. Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Item B, motion to authorize the proper city officials to enter into a contract with J.A. Johnson Paving of Arlington Heights, Illinois, for the 2018 parking lot D resurfacing contract for an amount not to exceed $87,428.45. Funds will be charged to line item 595-459-426-492 and will be funded by the City of Waukegan 2018 BGO bonds. And this parking lot is across the street from the Genesee Theater parking area, just south of the theater, well, east of the theater, go right behind. So it's that parking lot across the street.
That's motion by Alderman Newsome, second by Alderman Bolton. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May. Aye. Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Item C, motion to authorize the proper city officials to enter into a contract with J.A. Johnson Paving of Arlington Heights, Illinois, for the 2018 parking lot F resurfacing contract for an amount not to exceed $176,806.44. Funds will be charged to line item 595-459-426492 and will be funded by the City of Waukegan 2018 BGO bonds. And this is on Genesee Street, the old Stearns Building. Water and Washington and Sheridan is the boundaries. And I so move.
Motion by Alderman Newsome, second by Alderman May. Are there any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May. Aye. Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Item D, motion to authorize the proper city officials to enter into a contract with J.A. Johnson Paving of Arlington Heights, Illinois, for the 2018 lakefront parking lot resurfacing contract for an amount not to exceed $197,878.97. Funds for this contract will be charged to line item 307-1307-26487 and will be funded by the City of Waukegan 2018 GO bonds. And I so move.
Motion by Alderman Newsome, second by Alderman Tempest. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May. Aye. Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Item E, motion to authorize the proper city officials to approve purchasing authority in excess of $20,000 with Core Maine by granting a good faith waiver per section 2-458 subsection I-7. The city's year-to-date total is $24,957.09, and it is estimated that the approximate amount of $50,000 may be spent with this vendor. Funds are currently charged to line item 555-9155-25468 and line item 555-913-025-468. And this is due to repairs, emergency water main breaks that were at Washington Street by the school, and then Lewis and Glen Flora.
Motion by Alderman Newsome, second by Alderman Seager. Are there any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
And that's all, Your Honor.
Mayor, can I just make one comment, please?
Alderman Villalobos.
Thank you. I just want to make a quick note for the public, for those items A through D. Excuse me. If any of those individuals looked at the tabulation of the bids, you might see a line item there that says for a pricing of 1 penny per unit. I did ask questions about that during the Public Works Committee, and I was assured by our department head that was not a mistake in the bidding process, that company does and plan on charging us 1 cent for a particular thing, which is the primer for the surfacing. So if you do look at it, you'll see that we're getting charged 4 cents, 5 cents, 10 cents, and 10.97 respectively for each line item there. So, because I did have concern about possibly there being a mistake there, and then the company saying, oh, you approved us, and now we're going to have to do a change order. So it was discussed during the committee, and it was not an error if that's what they're going to charge us. So just for those of the public who to catch that and thought it might be an oversight, it wasn't. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman. Finance Committee, Alderman Valco.
Thank you. The Finance Committee voted to authorize the IT Director to extend the Kayenta Oracle Financial and Utility Database Maintenance Contract for 1 year in the amount not to exceed $52,000, funding from the budget line items 100-103-724412 and 555-915-924412. And Kayenta Managed Services is a division of Harris Computer Systems and maintains the Oracle financial and utility databases which are needed to operate the city's enterprise resource planning system, including Kayenta Financials and Kayenta Utilities. The IT department is requesting approval to renew the annual maintenance agreement with Kayenta on sole source basis in the amount not to exceed $52,000, and I so move.
Motion by Alderman Valco, second by Alderman Taylor. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton. Aye. Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
The committee also authorized this evening the proper city officials to execute a 5-year agreement commencing September 4th, 2018, with Andres Medical Billing to provide outsourced billing and collection services associated with emergency medical treatment and transport. Compensation netted on a percentage basis from collections, which is 5%. Due to the positive past performance of the firm, coupled with the high degree of industry-specific skill and experience exhibited by the same, it is further authorized to waive the competitive bidding process pursuant to the City of Waukegan Code of Ordinances, Section 2-458, subsection I, subsection 5, and I so move.
Motion by Alderman Valco, second by Alderman Villalobos. Any other questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May. Aye. Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor. Aye.
Sit, Your Honor.
All right. Judiciary, Alderman May.
Thank you, Mayor. The first item is a motion to deny a Belvedere Food Mart package liquor license. I believe I'm going to take this opportunity. I believe that the young lady that came up and addressed us during audience time was talking about this item. But under Chapter 3, Section 3-5, subsection B, subsection 16, it does state 400 feet. I don't know if you're potentially looking at an old ordinance. I pulled it up while you were here.
She's looking at 3-21, which there seems to be, does seem to say something about 100 feet. If you'd like, you want to table this to the next meeting, and I'll take a look at it.
We'll hold it over then. Thank you.
The other thing that we need to do, if we have to do it, give me the wheel.
out, up so we make sure there's a discrepancy if it's 400 feet or however far it is. I mean, can we have somebody measure it so we're accurate about it? Because Alderman Villalobos brought up the point that we're not really supposed to use the other thing. I mean,
That's fine.
Okay, we'll table the motion to clarify, but I think the spirit of the ordinance was 400 feet. So it's,
Can I
No,
please say something?
I'm sorry, ma'am. At this time, there are no comments. No, ma'am. I'm sorry. In committee meetings, that can happen, not during the council meeting, no, ma'am. But you have an opportunity, so you're
we're
fine.
going to hold it over.
Okay, thank you.
and then,
Okay.
do we want to do this on the bus?
Yeah, I'm going to, okay, I got it.
My fault.
I first would like to make a motion, Mayor, to suspend the rules to permit an omnibus vote on zoning calendars number 2565 through 2572 inclusive.
We had a motion by Alderman May, and a second by Alderman Moisio to omnibus items.
A through I, I mean B through I.
Items 8B through 8I.
Yep.
Are there any questions to the motion? Roll call, voice vote is fine?
Voice vote's fine.
All those in favor? Aye. Motion is passed and carried. We're now at omnibus for items 8B through items 8I.
So I'll make a motion to approve zoning calendar. Motion for an omnibus motion to approve the following map amendments as described by zoning calendars number 2565 through number 2572 inclusive.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor by Alderman May. I'm going to say the same motion with Alderman Moisio. Are there any questions to the motion?
Just for the record, this will change the property owned by Diamond Development on the Market Street property to be consistent with the master plan and the lakefront master plan that we have in effect there.
Okay. Any other questions about the Alderman? Alderman Seeger.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
All right. There goes the old diamond scrapyard property, y'all. All right, roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May. Aye. Alderman Velco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye. Thank you. Next item, the Judiciary Committee recommends a motion to approve zoning calendar number 2573, which is a conditional use permit for an auto repair establishment. During the committee, Mayor, the committee approved the conditional use permit and deleted or omitted the conditions required at number 6 and number 14. Is that correct? 6 and 14?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
There's a motion by Alderman May, second by Alderman Villalobos. Any other questions to the motion?
What's the address, sir?
The address is
545 Benny Avenue.
Old Benny.
Mayor,
Alderman Moisio.
a request.
Yes.
We just paid a boatload of money to do city parking lots. And I don't, it might be, I might be speaking out of school a little bit here, I don't know, I haven't looked at, okay.
It's part
Thank
of
you,
it.
Mike.
It's
So
part-
Benny Avenue will be getting some, thank you,
Yes, sir.
No problem.
Believe me, that was one of my pet peeves, too.
right? I mean, I know the guy wants business, but I don't think he wants to repair a car, have it pull out and pull right back in. I mean, maybe he does, but I mean, heck, I mean.
Think of all the shack business he'll get, torsion bars and everything else.
Right, I can put some extra reinforcement down, I mean, thank you.
That's juice at its best, right?
That's right.
Oh, goodness.
That's job security.
Yeah, it is. All right, any other questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Velco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye. Normally, I would not vote to change the rules on something, but in this particular case, I think it's well worth it to have a fence that is higher and more secure than a 4-foot fence. So that's the reason I'm making an exception here.
Note to self, Alderman Taylor. You gotta get some laugh every now and then.
I'm a world person, you know
All
that.
right, yeah, thank you, ma'am. Okay.
Okay, item K, the Judiciary Committee would like to make a motion, or I'd like to make a motion to recommend City Council approval on an ordinance allowing the transfer of the liquor license for the Milan Banquet Hall to a new prospective owner. We did have the manager from Milan Banquet Hall in our presence. She managed for the old owner, she's managing for the new owner, and it's a family transaction. It's going from brother to brother. So the Judiciary Committee unanimously approved the transfer.
All right, motion by Alderman May, second by Alderman Taylor. Any other questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Nay.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
I guess that didn't carry on to Alderman Newsome, that did it. All right, motion passed and carried.
Next item, item L, is a motion to recommend the City Council grant the requested Class F packaged liquor license by approving the draft motion. That reads strangely, and I'm sorry. This is for the brand-new Aldi at Fountain Square, and it was unanimously approved in committee. I so move.
Motion by Alderman May, second by Alderman Taylor. Any other questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Nay.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio. Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Nay.
Alderman Tempest.
Nay.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Motion's passed and carried.
And the last item is a motion to deny the request to grant a Class F1 pouring license for a particular gas station at Belvedere and Glen Rock. Motion to deny.
There's a motion, motion by Alderman May, second by Alderman Seager. Are there other questions to the motion?
No, just a comment. In the future, I think this council has spoken, we don't want gambling in gas stations. Thank you.
I have something too.
Okay,
Yeah.
Alderman Villalobos.
And also, just for clarification too, in case we get more of these kind of requests in the future, there isn't such a thing as a pouring license for a gas station. Like, a F1 pouring does not exist. We don't have any type of class. So if any business owners that are gas station owners that are coming to do this, first of all, it just doesn't exist. Like, we don't have that type of license class. So that's the first thing, that's the first biggest hurdle you'd have to overcome to begin with.
You come before us.
Yeah, this idea of putting, and the people that did speak to us during judiciary that were making this request, they do want to put gaming machines in the space. And also, this isn't quite clear, there is a secondary space attached to this gas station that they were looking to do, so it's not necessarily in the gas station, if I was hearing the petitioner correctly. But still, it's one of those weird spaces where we have another gas station looking to get gaming licenses in the gas station itself, actually. So, first of all, there is no such thing as a pouring license for F1 class, which is packaged wine and beer for gasoline sales. So that doesn't exist. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Alderman Villalobos. Is it roll call?
Yep.
Roll call, please.
Oh, no. No, it was
Yeah.
not.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna do it.
There's a motion on the floor. Alderman-
I apologize.
We didn't take any action on it. Did we?
No, we voted to deny.
We voted to deny.
We voted tonight, as long as we're here having this. The petitioner is going to come back.
Right.
This is actually a separate business, has a wall. It's not the same business as the gas station. It was incorrectly processed. It's left over from 2014. The petitioner is going to start from scratch, so we denied it.
Okay.
Voting to deny.
Motion to deny.
Okay.
Aye is to deny.
Yeah. Motion by Alderman May, second by Alderman Seager, to vote on aye is to deny. All right, are we clear?
Yep.
Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
That's all, Mayor.
Thank you. Public Safety, Alderman Moisio.
Thank you. Item A, motion to authorize the proper city officials to adopt as presented an ordinance for handicap parking space at 2103 Glenflora Avenue, and I so move.
Motion by Alderman Moisio, second by Alderman Newsome. Are any questions to the motion? Other questions, should I say? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Item B, motion to authorize the proper city officials to adopt as presented an ordinance for a handicap parking space at 3122 East Newcastle Court, and I so move.
Motion by Alderman Moisio, second by Alderman Valco. Any other questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Okay, old business, being none. New business. Motion by Alderman Valco, second by Alderman Taylor, to approve regular payroll dated August 31st, 2018, in a total amount of $1,524,157.14. Any other questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Motion's passed and carried. Item B, motion by Alderman Valco, second by Alderman Bolton, to approve vendor payments dated September the 3rd, 2018, a total amount of $3,129,736.22. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Motion's passed and carried. Item C, motion by Alderman Valco, second by Alderman Seager, to approve final chaos for name listed on the agenda, payroll dated August the 17th, 2018, a total amount of $12,761.37. Any other questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Motion's passed and carried. Item D, motion by Alderman Valco, second by Alderman Seager, to approve final cash out for names listed on the agenda, payroll dated August 31st, 2018, in the total amount of $9,510.63. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Motion's passed and carried. Motion by Alderman Valco, second by Alderman Moisio, to approve Local 150 comp time cash payout payroll dated August 31st, 2018, a total amount of $767.64. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Motion's passed and carried. Motion by Alderman Moisio, second by Alderman Tempest, to approve outdoor special events Waukegan High School homecoming bonfire at Waukegan Municipal Beach from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on September 26th. Sponsor has applied under the Director for non-city government use of city-owned buildings and venues. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Item G, motion by Alderman May, second by Alderman Villalobos, to approve outdoor special events Waukegan High School homecoming parade on September 29th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., starting at Brookside Campus, heading west on Monroe Street to Lewis Lewis Avenue, heading south to turn and head east on Washington to Macquarie, ending up at Brookside Campus on Monroe Street. Sponsor has applied under the Directive for Non-City Government Use of City-Owned Buildings and Venues. Any questions to the motion?
I have a question.
Alderman Villalobos.
Yeah, just on this, because I was thinking about the next one that's coming up on the agenda item later down. Does this parade have any, does it require any cleanup or anything like that, or is it just the students with floats and students walking through? From my time recollection, I just remember students walking through with floats and there's nothing really being passed out, so
Yeah,
there's no cleanup necessary, but just to ask the question,
Yeah,
make sure.
it's the kids. It's going to be our young men and young ladies. Probably anticipating some on, but
I will
probably not
certainly
as.
try to attend this year too.
I'm sorry?
I said I'll try to attend so I can I'll see firsthand again.
Oh, yeah. They're spirited. Any other questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton. Aye. Alderman Seager. Aye. Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Velco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Motion by Alderman Newsome, second by Alderman Tempest, to approve outdoor special events Glow Night at Steiner Pavilion from 2 p.m. to 10 a.m.
2 p.m. to 10 a.m.
I mean 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. I'm sorry. 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Event time 5:10. On September 7th, the sponsor has applied under the Directive of Non-City Government Use of City-Owned Building and Venues. Any questions to the motion?
I have comments, not necessarily questions at this point, but
Alderman Villalobos.
this is something probably just more internal, but I just want to make it noted that I'd like to see all the application pages, like this one for items H, I, J, K, and L. We're only getting in our documentation like a signature or a page, a single page, and that page actually doesn't even have the signature on it, so it's not fully complete necessarily. I do like these events coming up, but again, I just want to make sure that we have the proper documentation, proper paperwork in place for us and for the public.
Well, let me answer to that because all of the proper papers or things are vetted through that process. They're there. They might, and I'm pretty sure they're probably in board docs. If not, we'll talk to the city clerks. But all of these items are uploaded.
Well, they're not on board docs, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
We're not getting that information right now.
Okay.
And
we'll make sure. We'll certainly make sure you get that
Right.
information, Alderman Villalobos. But I don't want anyone to ever think that those items are not there. That we do not have them.
Right.
All of those are. This process has been in place 15, 20 years. So
I just want to know the consistency we need to have better, because for the previous items where the high schools was involved, like the full documentation was there. For these items, they're not. So to keep consistent is my point.
I understand your
Okay.
concerns, sir,
All right.
and we'll make sure that those items are put in for board docs.
Okay.
We'll get them
Thank you.
uploaded for you. That's no problem. But, okay. Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton. Aye. Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Velco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
I'm on item 8. Item I, motion by Alderman Tempest, second by Alderman May, to approve outdoor special events, Color Run, Taco, and Rock at Steiner Pavilion from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. September 8th. The sponsor has applied under the Directive of Non-City Government Use of City-Owned Buildings and Venues. Any questions to the motion?
Mayor,
Alderman May.
thank you. I'm noticing that these two, the one previous in this event, are by the same applicant. I'd like to also request that when we upload the information to board docs, and I don't know if there's a privacy factor, at least do it in administrative content. I'd like to see liquor licenses, because event liquor licenses are for nonprofits, and you were kind enough to prevent that for the Waukegan Music Festival. We saw it was a nonprofit. We saw their good standing and their liquor license. But I just want to make sure that all those bases are covered on these events that are serving alcohol. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. And to add this, this is for a registered nonprofit who's having it. That
Okay.
We do have that.
Okay, great.
That's something that
And I
was-
see that you guys do check that. I just,
Yeah.
for full transparency, thank you.
Sure, sure. Any other questions to the motion?
I have a question.
Alderman Villalobos.
So in the details that were given to us, there's a portion about sports events and exhibition. And it looks like they're trying to utilize 2 volleyball courts and create 3 soccer spaces on the beach. And it does state that it understands a first come, first serve. But my question is, would it behoove us to just kind of designate it for them as part of the event? Can we do that, or should we just let them be first come, first serve?
Yeah, we don't want to get into that, because then we've always had it first come, first serve, because the beach will be occupied by others, and it'd be very difficult to deprive one of them who gets it first, who was there, who wasn't. So we put that on onus of the event planners to make sure they have their people down there to start it.
Okay.
The city does not need to be in the middle of that.
Okay.
In the event there's a disagreement or who's here, that's just not where we're at. And obviously, that's just not where we're at. But thank you. I mean, good try. If we get more beach space, we can probably start doing that. Hint, hint.
How's that gonna work?
All right. Well, that didn't work. Any other questions to the? Any other questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor. Aye.
A motion by Alderman Valco, second by Alderman Taylor, to approve outdoor special events beauty pageant final event at Santa Pavilion from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. September 9th. The sponsor has applied under Directive for Non-City Government Use City-Owned Buildings and Venues. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor. Aye.
All right. Item K, motion by Alderman Taylor, second by Alderman Bolton, to approve outdoor special events Fiesta Dispatchers Parade starting on Washington Street in Lewis, heading west, ending. I'm sorry.
It's not heading west, should it be east?
It
Yes.
should be east.
Yeah, heading. Now, a correction. You're right. It should be heading east.
Good catch, Alderman.
Good catch. Let's be clear. They would have been heading east. I know.
Pretty hard to get from Lewis
Heading
to...
west.
Listen, I know Corporation Council said don't say that, but they would have been heading east. All right, but great. Heading east, ending at ML Martin Luther King Jr. on September the 16th. Sponsor has applied under the Directive for Non-City Government Use of City-Owned Buildings and Venues. Any questions to the motion?
I have some questions.
Alderman Villalobos.
Yes. So my question actually is regarding the cleanup, particularly the horses. It states in their detailed information that they expecting 80-plus horses. So I just want to ensure that there's a plan in place for, while they're staging the horses, that there's a cleanup there. While they're walking the parade, there's a cleanup. And when the horses walk back to their trailers, that there's cleanup back there too. So it's not just during the parade route, but it's pre and post parade as well.
If I can, I want to address two things. One, Alderman, the question that you're asking, those are vetted through that special events committee. They really go through this. And it's really been the same people for the last 10 or 15 years. So that aspects of it, before it even gets to the legislative bodies, prior to me being mayor, under the previous mayor, those are questions that they address. They address them.
I understand.
For me, I don't even want them bringing it to the legislative body unless those things are already taken care of. So I agree with you on that. On the other end, one thing we've asked not only this sponsor, but all sponsors with horses, you drop off the horses at one location, then you take the, what are those things? Trailers. You take the trailers to where they end up so they don't come back through the city. That is something was emphasized because I've seen it in the past, parade where the horses come back
As
through.
recently as 2 years ago. this
Yeah,
happened.
so we want to, and
It's still fresh in my head.
that's
Investments
something
talking
that,
in that area.
that's something that we were very, very adamant about when we spoke with, and to be honest, the promoters wanted that as well. So we're going to have, and they're going to have someone making sure drop off, take the trailers, a section point out for all of those trailers so they can hold those horses, but it'll take them back through town, because that's a lot of extracurricular activities can go on there. So that question is answered, but any other question, Alderman Villalobos?
Well, in light of what was brought to our council tonight regarding talking to business owners, seeing as we're switching the staging location, has that stretch of business owners been notified of that change and how that might affect them?
Has the business owner been
From
notified?
Buttrick to Lewis, that seems to be the staging location along Washington Street, correct? That's what the map shows? They used to stage at Miguel Juarez, so it was residential and the school, but now we're going to stage along Washington Street, which extends the amount of street closure on Washington, and therefore business owners.
Okay, this parade, any parade is gonna impact the business at a certain time. We will reach out to them again, and to let them know that what the parade is going to be, and we're gonna ask the sponsors to do as well. So the answer to the question is yes.
Right. And again, the reason I'm bringing these up is because this is all Fourth Ward, and as I drop the ball with the business owners on Genesee Street,
I don't want to say you dropped the ball. That's the wrong characterization that you dropped the ball.
Right, these are questions I did not ask that are now at the forefront of my mind, is what I mean.
Okay. All right. Yeah, okay, no problem. We will certainly make sure that our business community is more involved, maybe in the future. We certainly never ever want to put in hardship on our business community, whether it be downtown, whether it be at Fountain Square, whether it be right along routes of activities that exist in Waukegan.
Agreed.
I think as we move forward to our community and move into that recreation destination location in our community, things are going to change as to how we do business. We want to be more inclusive. And I believe these business owners can bring value. They can bring different ideas on how we do things. We want that. We certainly want that. And I look forward, and I think department heads, aldermen, we look forward to doing that. It's never to hurt, it's always to enhance. But a change of how we do things in Waukegan and what we want this city to be rebuilt as will include activities at our beach, in our downtown, on our streets, in our neighborhoods. And I trust that we all are going to try to embrace it the best way we can. We only can do better. We can never go back. Because going back has not gotten us anywhere.
Oh, agreed, Mayor, agreed.
And so, but I do thank you for bringing that out.
I'm a big fan of the community events. I go to a lot of them as well. So, but again, it's questions need to be asked just to make sure.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
And yes, sir, I agree to that. Any other questions? All right. Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton. Aye. Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May. Aye. Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor. Aye.
Okay, that was item, there was a parade. Item L, item M.
We're on L.
L, Mayor.
L?
Yep.
Okay. L, motion by Alderman Bolton, second by Alderman Seager to approve outdoor special events, Fiestas Patriot's Parade, after party at Steiner Pavilion from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. On September 16th, the sponsor has applied under the directive of non-city governmental use, city-owned building and venues. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton. Aye. Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor. Aye.
Motion's been passed and carried. Item M, motion by Alderman Seager, second by Alderman Moisio to approve special outdoor special event Festival de Mole for Pozole.
It's supposed to be E Pozole.
Pozole.
That Y in the application looks like a 4, so it's supposed to be Mole E Pozole.
Mole de Pozole.
E Pozole.
E Pozole.
Yeah.
There it is. At Belvedere Mall from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. on September 30th. The sponsor has applied under directive for non-city government use of city-owned buildings and venues. Any questions to the motion?
I have a question, Mayor.
Alderman Villalobos.
Yeah. Was there a safety plan attached to this? I didn't see anything in the documentation.
Yeah.
Was it in there? I must have overlooked it.
vetted by the fire department.
Okay. Okay.
Pretty
Then, all right. Thanks, Alderman Moisio, for answering that. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, there was Alderman Seeger, that you have any concerns? I know you expressed some.
My number one concern is the safety for the people. That's who I work for. This area, no matter what event you do have, it's overcrowding, and it affects the businesses. Walgreens was affected big time, to where the point was they were going to close the doors three nights in a row.
What date is the event?
I can't have that.
September 30th.
That's where I stand on it.
I know that we are, for all aldermen, the Belvedere Mall management is going to be coming in to speak with our team, with our staff, myself and staff, regarding some of the activities they have over there. This is not until September 30th. I know they probably want to promote this. I venture to say if we want to hold it over,
Yes.
so we can have some more conversations with them, some of their ideas, of what they're having. I think that might be best at this time.
I agree.
All right. So it's held over by Alderman Seeger. Item M is held over by Alderman Seeger. All right. Motion by Alderman Moisio, second by Alderman Villalobos, to approve door-to-door cookie ordering solicitation from January 1 to January 21st, 2019 by the Girl Scouts of Greater Chicago in Northwest Indiana. Any questions to that motion?
Right, they need to go door to door.
God bless for doing it in January.
Really? That's exactly.
No.
My goodness, January 1st to 21. Go get it, girl.
All right, roll call.
She said, cut the chase. Just cut the chase.
All right. Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Seeger.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Motion's passed and carried. All right, motion by Alderman Villalobos, second by Alderman Newsome, to approve all attached block party applications. Any questions to the motion?
Mayor, can I just make a comment?
Yes, ma'am. Alderman Taylor.
Okay, in your packet, there was about 2 block parties in the 9th Ward. One of them was not a complete document, but I've given it to all of the aldermen so that they have the complete document in front of them. So if they have any questions, they can ask now.
Food?
No, no.
As long as there's food.
Food and music.
Food and music.
Yep.
That's a recipe for me. All right? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion's passed and carried. Item 12, ordinance is none. Item 13, closing items. Alderman's time. Madam Clerk.
Alderman Bolton.
I just want to say, I see how we're working on improvement in the first ward. I'm glad to see that we're getting some good sidewalks. You all too? Yeah, thumbs up.
Alderman Seeger.
I'd like to thank Public Works for the employees that went out with my God, with all this water we had, and we had some streets flooded. And they worked hard, and I really appreciate it. We had over 4 inches, I think, of rain. I know in my ward I had streets flooded, and I was going around trying to help out the guys, open up those drains. But I thank you, and thank all of you for being here tonight. I'd like to see more people come out and voice their opinions and get input. Thank you very much.
Alderman Moisio.
Thank you. 4 things. I'll try to be quick. Music Fest, Mayor, I think in the future we got to put that down in the lake. We can't have our businesses in downtown and people that live there affected like that. I didn't know it was going to be closed off like that. That's my fault. I would have probably voiced more of an opinion on that. But my opinion on everything is try to get everything downtown. I just think it's much better. Again, we can't have people affected businesses or residents by something like that. Number two, we had another situation on Washington Street, same block. We've got too many other good bar owners on that block that are tired of that area right in there. We've had all kinds of trouble over there. And as I said before, if you can't run your business, you don't need to be in business. If you can't control your clientele, who comes in and out of your door, then you don't need to be in business. We've had taverns in this town for God knows how many years that haven't had any trouble, and we got just a very few here and there. They just don't know how to run their business. They just don't know how to do it. So I think you got to put the hammer down on the one. We put one on one already, but it might have to come down on the other. Now for some positive things, I hope. Number three, I was talking to somebody, and I'll give them credit when I'm done, about how to increase some things downtown. So we got a few people from the downtown, especially I know Tom's here. One thing that you might want to do is have a bags tournament in the summer. And there's a lot of ways, if you want to talk more about it, we could talk more about it. He had a great idea, Officer Tappy. We were just talking one day, I mean, it was a great idea. I'm like, I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to bring it up. A way to get people down, the way to get foot traffic. Each bar, each business, each business would have their own team. And I'm not going to go through all the logistics of it. It was a great idea, though. It was a great idea. And then the last one, I wish I would have went with the mayor and the chief. Was it last Tuesday or the Tuesday before to the school board meeting? Because I would have been a staunch defender of the CROs that we have in the schools. I know the CRO that we have at our place is one of the best I've ever seen, Brian Filatico. There are 15 to 20, maybe 25 students that he sees every day, and I'm telling you right now, they could not function without him. He's whatever he wants to be that day or needs to be that day, he's what they need. They come in his office, he talks to them, he tries to help them out. He's got such a relationship with some of them that he helped them out over the summer. And anybody that knows anything about high school kids, any kid actually, it's all about relationships. And when a police officer can develop that relationship with some of our kids, I don't think people know how valuable that is. It's probably more valuable than even a teacher or anybody else. Because then they get to see law enforcement and police officers in a way different light. And I'm telling you, if you don't believe me, go over there and ask the kids that hang out with Officer Filatico, and they'll tell you. They come to school sometimes just to see him. He's the reason they come. Because he offers them some safety and a person to talk to and a person that can help them get through the day. And that's so important. It reminds me a lot of Joe Rakovich. Sam, you know what I mean? Yeah. At least I don't know. He was there when you were there, but he started in 1980, and by that time I was probably a sophomore. And he was very important in my high school career and still very important to me. So I wish I would have been there, but other things got in the way, and I don't know why there was this controversy about it. We've had him in the school since 1980. Am I right on that, Chief, or am I somewhere around there? I think that's what we called him Coach Joe. Rakovich told me. He said he went over there in 1980, and he left. I think he left in '83 when I graduated, and then there was somebody else. But I don't think people understand. I think sometimes they just see him, as a police officer. They are way, at least the ones that I've dealt with, they are way, way, way more important to the school and the community than people understand. Thank you.
Alderman Villalobos.
Yeah, I just want to highlight a couple, some of our events. The Waukegan Music Festival was spoken by earlier. On the flip side of that coin, the positive, it was very nice to see an event in downtown Waukegan when a lot of people attended Saturday. I was able to stop by Friday, Saturday, Sunday just to get an observation of everything. I did speak to multiple business owners. They voiced their concern, which I was grateful for. To me, that means there's open space to dialogue with the business owners in the ward, so I think they're comfortable talking to me. So for you business owners, thank you for talking to me. We'll keep dialogues going. We are going to do a debrief meeting, I believe tomorrow, regarding that with the business owners. So on one end, I get one aspect. On the other end, as just a resident attending an event, I thought it was pretty fun. There was also Afrofest that same weekend. I was able to stop by that for a little bit and say hi to folks. It was, again, Waukegan, as we've been building out, and part of our mayor's vision is to have regular events going on every weekend in the summer, and this summer was pretty packed and still not done yet. As you can see with all the stuff happening in the next couple of weeks here. I was able to attend one of the Las Reinas de Fiestas Patrias events as well. And there are some very talented women. I was actually pretty astounded by seeing some of the one I went to was regarding talent. It was a talent show portion of it. Also, and there was girls doing dancing, singing. One girl did, I think she's a cheerleader. She was doing toss in the air like cheerleaders would. One girl recited a poem. And I believe they have 20 to 26 young ladies participating for this pageantry for the Queen of La Fiesta de Patrias. So I look forward to attending the future ones in the event. And actually, just a note really quick, the way they put together that space was very different and unique than my experience at Steiner Pavilion. They had a stage, they had lights, they had a catwalk, they had tabled seating, and they actually did a little bit of fireworks display. That was nice. But yeah, it was really different than I experienced at Steiner Pavilion, so it kind of opened my eyes to like what that space can actually be utilized in the future. I was unable to attend the boxing. I would have liked to attend at that, but couldn't make it due to family obligations. I also was able to attend the Michelada Fest, again, at the Harbor's Edge. Again, just to see all these community events and see how the community does support these is super important to me. And also being an open space to talk to residents in that, very informal setting. But I thought that was a really well event too, that went pretty well. Last but not least, I do want to talk about one of the things I volunteer with the Waukegan Public Library, and that is the Ray Bradbury statue. For those who are unaware, the Waukegan Public Library has been fundraising for about just over a year now to do an install of a Ray Bradbury statue called, I forgot the name, is something Traveler. Anyway, it's about 12 feet tall. It's going to be placed near the entrance of the Waukegan Public Library. The budgeted amount was $125,000, which is all given through donations. We're not quite there yet, so this is the last call, last push. There's approximately about 106 or 110,000 that have been received to date. So we're in that last push to get that money. Once that money is received, we'll give the green light to the artist Zachary Oxman, who has done work at the national level, has done work for former presidents as a sculptor. He will be video casting the creation of the sculpture during its process, so you'll be able to see it from start to finish. And then hopefully we can get the install in by next spring or summer. So again, for those people out there in the audience, if you go to the Waukegan Public Library, any change, any dollars will help towards this. If you want to write a check, you make them out to the Waukegan Public Library Foundation, and in the memo, put down Bradbury statue. And that is all. Thank you.
Alderman Newsome. Alderman Tempest.
Pass.
Alderman May.
Thank you. So I'm going to talk about something that's a little bit uncomfortable. As an elected official, I feel it's my duty to address issues that involve questionable uses of taxpayers' dollars. It's my duty to look out for the interest of our local business owners and to make sure they're given a fair shot at success and on an even playing field. I also feel it's my duty to put forth my best effort to ensure that our local government is run in an ethical and transparent manner. I attended the musical festival on Genesee Street that took place at the end of August. The festival was advertised as Mayor Sam Cunningham Presents the Waukegan Music Festival. I fielded many questions in the days leading up to the event, which led me to ask the question of several city employees. Is this a city-sponsored event? I was told no. This is a public event on city property completely funded by a private promoter. There's no doubt that this promoter paid good money for an extensive lineup of musicians and a very large professional stage and sound system. We aren't going to talk about the sound right now. There was also a large carnival that lit up Genesee Street, and yeah, it looked amazing. There was also a large image of our mayor projected throughout the day on a large screen above the main stage. I also noticed the lack of thought and concern for our bricks and mortar businesses that struggle to survive on Genesee Street 365 days of the year. I don't have to rehash what you've already heard tonight directly from these owners, but why would a city allow a private promoter full access and authority over our downtown for 4 days? What was the price of this full access? I can only come up with a receipt for a total of $890, which covered the special event liquor license, the event application fee, and the carnival license fee. I'm told the promoter has been billed for overtime police and fire personnel, which was minimal as the event did bring in their own security team. And it was mostly Chicago police officers, and they did do a good job. The city provided a police command officer and other city support at no cost. I acknowledge that this event did not impact city services on the same scale as Scoop, but it shouldn't have, as it wasn't a city event. A city-sponsored event clearly should not use the name of an elected official in its title and advertising. While the State Officials and Employees Ethics Act fails to address special events directly, there is certainly language that seeks to prohibit the practice of self-promotion of any elected official using government funds. By putting your name on the event, Mayor, you had the distinct obligation to ensure that no public funding was used to support this event. Furthermore, you had an obligation to ensure that no special favor or treatment was given to this event because of your position as mayor. While our ethics policy in Waukegan is brief, and the state code has loopholes because clearly politicians make the rules, it's up to us, all of us up here, to ensure that we use public funds appropriately and that there are not political promotional acts funded by tax dollars. Another point of interest came to my attention that same weekend when there were 2 separate non-city events held at Steiner Pavilion. Again, it was wonderful to see our lakefront active with so many people from Waukegan and points beyond. We had recently lowered the parking fee on weekends to $10 for non-residents in order to accommodate the many events at our pavilion. I support that. But for some reason, on this particular weekend, the administration decided not to have anyone collect the parking fees at the beach. Both of these event applications were submitted by persons who were known publicly to be connected to our mayor's campaign. Maybe this was a staffing issue, or maybe it was a coincidence, but the appearance of special favor exists. Which brings me to the upcoming event, Mayor Cunningham's Blues Night. Yes, this is the second rendition of this event, and while I remained quiet last year, I can no longer say nothing. This event is a sub-event of our monthly art walk in downtown Waukegan. It would be fair to say that the city of Waukegan is a sponsor of this monthly event. The city public relations staff supports art walks, and the city pays for live entertainment and the trolley. The city also pays for the Blues Night bands, the stage, and any other support need for this piece of September's art walk. At least we did last year. It is highly inappropriate for a mayor to put his name on something that is paid for with tax dollars. When the advertisement is seen by the public, it is a manner of self-promotion, and in my opinion, a misuse of position and government resources. The city of Waukegan is an amazing place, and in order for us to ever become a true city of progress, we must transcend our reputation of a good old boy style of politics and ensure our future is based on thoughtful planning through fair and transparent policies and processes. I believe both the mayor and I discussed the convening of an ethics commission back in 2017. I think the time is right for this commission to come to fruition. There should be political balance on that commission, and the candidates should not be handpicked by elected officials. I believe your heart is in the right place, Mayor, and that through your efforts to bring more events to Waukegan, you are starting to change the perception of our community on a regional level. Please don't fall into our forefathers' legacy that has earned us the reputation of Chicago-style politics and good old boy city hall antics. We deserve better than that, and I believe that you think that as well. Thank you.
Alderman Valco. Alderman Taylor.
I want to say why I thought the music festival was a good event. I thought the planning of it was poor. And I am sorry, sincerely sorry to our business owners that suffered. You know, we ask our business owners when we need something, hey, can you sponsor this? Can you help us with that? And then at a time when we had this festival, we made things so difficult for them. And for that, as a city official, I am sincerely sorry. I also don't think that the carnival rides, the size of them was anywhere appropriate for Genesee Street. First off, they were supposed to be on Water Street, but honestly, I think we all thought they were kids' rides. Those were not kids' rides. I thought they were dangerous where they were, and it just, to me, was poor planning. And I hope next year that if we continue with this festival, we at least move it to a different location, whether it be one street over, whether it be at the lakefront, but it needs to have a total reassessment done on it because it just was not fair to our business owners. When you can't get deliveries and you can't make deliveries and you don't even know that ahead of time, that's despicable. And so I truly apologize to you, and I know how hard you work, and as a business owner myself, I'm not happy. I do want to say we had a lot of events in the city that day in particular. Some were run better than others. I do want to say thank you to Angelo Kyle for once again sponsoring Afrofest. And I think we're working. We're trying to get there, but I do think we need to do some work. And like I said, for anybody that is hurt by some of the activities we do, I'm sincerely sorry, because I know how much we work as a city together and how much we suffer together. So thank you.
All right then. Well, everybody, thanks for coming again tonight. And we have a motion by Alderman Taylor and a second by Alderman Bolton to adjourn. All those in favor? Aye. All right, ayes have it. Thank you.